You rock, my friends. You Rock podcast is for women like you who want to own your life and live an engaged and joyful life. Hosted by Dr. Aliyah Majid, mom of 3, devoted wife, and a scientist turned life coach on a mission to empower women to take control of their lives. In this podcast, we deliver tools, insights, and inspiration on rocking your own life, owning to your highest potential, and becoming the best version of you. Now, here's your host, Dr. Aliyah Majid.
Hello, Assalamualaikum, and welcome back again to You Rock Podcast, the podcast for high-performing women to go after the life that they want. So, how are you guys doing? Are you already balik kampung or still on the way and listening to this dreaded episode in your commute to balik kampung? So, I'm really excited that this is going to be our first get together after so long. So I think we haven't been able to celebrate Raya together since the past, I can say around 4 years, I think, because we lived in Japan before this. And usually during Raya, it is not holidays. So we cannot take long break to celebrate Raya with family in Malaysia. And then after we pindah balik Malaysia ni, as what you guys have been experiencing with COVID and everything, we haven't been able to celebrate Raya together, right? So I think everybody is really excited for this year's Raya, and inshallah it's going to be a blast. And I hope you guys are taking care of the SOP and still making sure all the practices that you are doing before this, you are still doing it, and making sure that your family and you travel safe to your home, to wherever it is. So my kampung is in Penang and my husband in Jeli, Kelantan. So I'm really excited to go back to both our kampung for Raya. So today, one of the things that I want to sembang hari ni with you guys, not like sembang lah, but to share with you guys today is about boosting your energy. Okay, I think it is the time to talk about this. It's because I think most of us are really sort of like in a motion that sometimes we forgot that energy that we used to have before this has, maybe dah makin berkurang, right? Maybe dah makin depleted and you need to find time to recharge it. Especially this year, starting, if you have small kids, if you have primary school kids or even, high schoolers, you have children of your own, you might realize that the school starting this year in March, and then right after that is Ramadan. So it's like back to back this busy schedule that we have to change our routine and adapt to this situation. And it's all good. It turned out good anyway. And this, this builds self-discipline actually for our kids too and for ourselves. And sometimes we need that, right? We really need that because to be, pushed to wake up early for sahur and to make sure that, you sleep earlier at night so that you can wake up earlier the next day. So these are the things that push you and creates that self-discipline for yourself. And I hope this continues way after Ramadan. And because there's so many health benefit to it, there's so many things that to slow down your day, right? So for example, if you are working 9 to 5 and then you are really busy during the day, maybe sleeping in earlier would be the best thing to do for yourself and making that habit a priority for you this year. So whatever that may be, self-care, what kind of self-care that you need to implement in your daily life that you do every day. Okay, so sometimes people think about self-care and they feel like, okay, self-care is like an appointment to do facial, an appointment to do, like going to spa and things like that. Yes, that's right too. But the most important self-care happens when you do it daily. Okay, what are the minimal self-care that you can start to incorporate in your daily life right now. So to be honest with me, I kind of feel like I have been neglecting my own, workout time. Not actually a workout because, Ramadan, I don't want to really push myself because I'm really, I feel I am quite tired during the day because of the fasting and then preparing for my kids at night for their school and things like that. So I feel like, no, that exercising is just too much for me. That's just the reality. So for current situation, I feel like, that 30-minute walk is still too much for me to push myself and achieve that target. So I always mention to you guys to have more compassion, yeah? Be really compassion, have a little, what we call it. Even in Malaysia, I kind of, my mind isn't working too much today. Maybe because I'm thinking about I need to pack my bag today to balik kampung. So really sorry if I'm all over the place today. But what I'm telling you guys is that if you have not been meeting the target that you have set for yourself every day, maybe lower the target. Okay, the reason why I'm asking you to do this is for you to build that momentum. Okay, if you are seeing yourself not achieving it every single day, then you will lose your self-respect. You'll lose confidence in yourself. You will lose confidence in believing that you can do things. Okay, so instead of working in that kind of like, scarcity kind of state of mind, think about how can you fill up that fulfillment that you feel when you achieve the target that you have set for yourself. So lowering down the target every day. So this applies even for your own self-care. So what I mean by this is that if you feel like working out 30 minutes 3 times a week is just too much, like what I mentioned for me, especially during this hectic season right now and puasa and, of course, Shawwal, you're visiting people and traveling. For me, it is a, hectic situation. So what I started to realize this week, just this week, that I just need to stretch my body for 10 minutes. That's it. That's the thing that I want to do starting this week. So I did it and I have kind of did it every single day this week. Yeah. But I think it's just like about 3 days. So to be honest with you guys, but that's all. So instead of thinking like I have to meet my target of walking 8,000 steps a day, I just know I don't have that feeling to do that. But if you have that, if you are doing that and crushing it, way to go, girl. You just do that. You just do that and continuously doing that. But for me, I lowered down my expectation. I lowered down my goal. So that I know that this minimum requirement that I put for myself is what I'm going to be committed in. So that's all. So that small action really helps boost my energy. It's just as quickly as that. And you see, every time I mention that you don't compare your worst day to other people's best day, their achievement, whatever that they portray on Instagram. Even maybe some people might have this, thinking like you want to compare with me or you want to, do things that I am doing. Instead of looking in that way, think about what are the things that you want to do. What are the target that you want to achieve? What kind of things that you can be committed with, and be consistent in that. So our topic today on boosting your energy is, of course, relates to how we presenting ourselves to be more productive in our life. If you have extra energy, if you have, energy boost every day, you can perform much better. So another tips that I really want to share with you guys is that to use, morning or evening routine to boost your energy for your daily most important things. So if you want to work, use your most important things and use your morning hours to really focus on these 3 important things, then create routine that would support the progression of you to get into this your mental space to perform better so that you can complete these 3 most important things that you want to do every day. So for me, I have always been a morning person, I think. So I kind of make sure that my morning is protected and filled with things that I want to do, right? For things that move the needle in my business, move the needle in my, whatever thing that I'm doing. So I create this routine for my morning. And although it kind of like sort of similar, but things changes often. What I mean is that sometimes, during school holidays or in transition, whatever thing it is, in your life, sometimes you found that you are all over the place and you cannot do the routine that you love anymore. But this is where the challenge is. This is where you are going to grow during this challenging moment, because when you expect that your routine will go and fix like that, the thing is, nothing is really fixed, So think about how you can incorporate these new things that may be starting to, becoming a more constant occurrence in your life. So I just give you an example, so that you understand what I mean. Okay. So when it is not Ramadan, I like to wake up early and, tadabbur Quran and then pray subuh and, really progressing slowly and then 6 o'clock like that, only I wake up the kids and do breakfast for them and things like that. So I have like 1 hour in the morning for myself, for my self-reflection, and then to really be connected spiritually. And I love doing that. And Alhamdulillah, I have been consistent with that. But to be honest, these past few months, these past few weeks, I can say, because since Ramadan, I and my kids are learning to fast. So it's quite hard for me to have that time for myself, and I cannot wake up really early from that because I just cannot. I still want to have enough sleep because I cannot think well if if my sleep is depleted. So what I have been sacrificing is the time alone, and so that I can start to make sure my kids are up and get their sahur, so that they can also learn and participate fasting with us together without me stressing out with all the other things. So I think what I'm sharing with you guys is that priority is important, even though we want to have this routine, and we sometimes we because we have these other people's routine that we always see outside there, and we want to kind of mimic their routine because we thought that routine is what important for us to be our best self. But that's not true at all, because what's true is that your routine must be the one that is suitable for you. Okay, so if you can commit just for 5 minutes of maybe you want to do 5-minute reflection, you want to write something in your journal and you don't have time, you really want to do it in 5 minutes, and you can only commit to that. And during 5 minutes, maybe you don't even have the whole page of your journal fill up with your reflection, but you feel like you have only 5 minutes, that's it for you. So it's okay too, meaning that commit with that. Start with however simplest form of the things that you want to do. Okay, so if you are new here, remember to subscribe my episode, or if you think that this podcast would help other people too, please share and spread the love so that this podcast grow and reach more people, and the stronger we move forward together as a community of high achieving women and performers who wants to do more in life, who wants to make a bigger impact in life. I am always here to support you guys, and if you wanting to talk with me, I have a booking a link below this show notes. So there's a 45 minutes one-on-one coaching session. So it's not just talking and sembang-sembang macam tu. So coaching session, I want you guys to experience what coaching session is all about, because the first time I was coached, it changed my life. Okay, so I want other people to experience this too, because a conversation, the right question will unlock the right possibilities and making you taking actions without forcing you to do something. So coaching session is not like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, and things like that. That is more like supervision or mentoring. Okay, so I'm not that kind of people. I'm not a person who will tell you what to do. Yeah, I'm suggesting tips in this podcast for you to maybe you want to implement in your life. But in our coaching session, what we'll do is during the conversation, things that I feel like you are having struggles in, we will unlock it and find solution to it. Or if you are even not struggling, you feel like everything is okay with yourself, but you want to improve in some way or another, and you just don't know where is it that you can put more effort in your life. This is the right time to do coaching with me and to find out what's a possible way to move forward and to grow, to expand whatever thing that you are having right now, and to make a bigger impact in the world. The good thing about recognizing your strength, growing, and sharpening the skills that you have, and really tuning on your instinct and intuition so that you can be the best version of yourself, right? So yeah, I think that would be all the things that I'm going to share with you guys today. So if you are spending time in your kampung or you are celebrating Raya at your own house, I hope you take care of yourself and manage your energy well too, and don't be too hard on yourself. Take time to recharge too, because I know Raya will be a tiring time too because of all these responsibilities, all these, trying to make all this juada, to just because we are celebrating, right? So have time for yourself, and even though as minimum as 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, take time off. And yeah, I think that's all for today. So I see you next week, and remember guys to set your intention and love what you do and your day with gratitude. I see you next week. Assalamualaikum. Are you struggling to find time for yourself or for things that matters to you? Or if you even ever find some time, you found that you can't simply slow down and stop thinking about work. If you are one of those women, you'll benefit from the Success Accelerator program, my 12 weeks one-on-one success and productivity coaching program that helps you to do less and get more work done so that you can spend more time doing things you love. Book a free call with me at draliamajid.com/coaching, or you can do a self-assessment using my free life audit workbook at draliamajid.com/life audit, or you can even join my Facebook group from the link below. Again, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum.